There's nothing more going on. I'm here to wake you up now. I no longer wanna feel. No, I don't need you. You're no good for me. I don't wanna feel, 'cause I know you're no good for me. Oh no. When you stand behind me, baby, I don't wanna let you go. I can be everything you ever needed. And I can't see, and I can't speak. I know that I want your body if I can have your soul.
I don't know what to say, but every day feels like the same to me. Recently feel like the same days on repeat. Don't know how it became, I've gotta say though that this ain't for me. Desperately, I need some kind of release. I don't care what in the form of, but I need it quick, yeah, I need it strong. Something to take the edge off how I feel, 'cause I feel like I'm wasting all my time. I'm stuck in a daydream, and I've been this way ever since I was 18. Won't change me. I run till my feet hurt, but keep going deeper. I'm lost in a daydream, daydream, daydream. If I had my own way, I'd break away from all uncertainty. I'd do me, act a fool to the fool that thinks a fool in me. Absolutely, I got blue eyes, but sometimes the red. I don't think that I'd have been, but when I fly, I lie inside my head. Feel the old me just fading away into the background and no one can see. I'm a prisoner inside my own brain, but I feel free. Why? I don't care what in the form of, but I need it quick, yeah, I need it strong. Something to take the edge off how I feel, 'cause I feel like I'm wasting all my time. I'm stuck in a daydream, and I've been this way ever since I was 18. Won't change me. I run till my feet hurt, but keep going deeper. I'm lost in a daydream, daydream, daydream. How the time flies when we're sky high. I know it ain't right, it's just something that we do to pass the time inside my mind. Recently I feel like a goldfish the more that I smoke this. Oh shit, I think people are starting to notice I'm not myself no more now. I'm stuck in a daydream, and I've been this way ever since I was 18. Won't change me. I run till my feet hurt, but keep going deeper. I'm lost in a daydream, daydream, daydream. I'm lost in a daydream, daydream, daydream.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. time. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Banana Bread Trades. My name is Goose. And, wow. Russia, right? Russia. Homies got no chill. They just out here sending missiles to the wrong countries. You shouldn't send missiles to any countries, honestly. If we're gonna be real right now. Let's get my hair, like, messy. There we go. That looks much messier. You just shouldn't send missiles to any country. Then if you're gonna just be sending missiles willy-nilly, make sure they hit the right place. Yeah, smoking Poland probably isn't their best course of action. Let's check the juice. Let's check financial juice. See if anything's developed on this. Although the euro and the Polish zloty recovered earlier irrational losses, the U.S. equity futures lost ground as investors. I thought that was. I'm trying to see if there's any developments here. So it looks to me like they can't prove where the missiles came from. If whether or not it was a Ukrainian missile defending from Russia, or was a Russia missile headed to Ukraine. But still, you just shouldn't send missiles, right? You just shouldn't be trying to delete people with a missile. Shouldn't try deleting people at all. I think that's the moral of the story here. And because of that, we should try deleting Russia. I'm just kidding. No. The problem is there's a lot of people in Russia that, like, have nothing to do with this, right? It's just the one freaking guy. ECB Mueller, I favor a substantial December rate hike. 50 basis points and 75 basis points are both substantial. Good morning, Mr. Viper. So 50 basis points is kind of what the last Fed meeting talked about, was doing 50 basis points just consistently from here on out. So I think as long as we hit 50 basis points in the next FOMC, then we'll be right on track. Like, that's expected. 75 basis points might be a little toughsies. We're doing great, Mr. Viper. How are you doing? Yesterday we had some good trades. We had a lot of trades. The market was weird, but if you were patient, it provided some good opportunities. And I got a couple scalps on NQ. I've been scalping NQ quite a bit lately, you know, shooting for like 15, 20 points. Been doing that lately just because ES has been really, like, rangy. NQ's been, it's just been clean. Like, I like doing the initial balance plays, right? Getting on the edges of the initial balance or playing VWAP. And yeah, I'm doing the same thing that I was doing with ES. It's just because of the volume difference right now. ES hasn't been as clean, and tech overall Like if you look at any tech stocks, it's been some really clean movement. So I think that's what's making NQ so clean, is there's just a little bit more decision. There's just a lot of factors going into it. And I'll eventually go back to ES. But I switched from NQ to ES because NQ wasn't being clean and ES was being very clean. Well, now market's changed a little bit. We've gotten really rangy, really kind of choppy. And when we're in a choppy, rangy market, ES isn't that clean to trade. It'll disrespect levels a little bit more. You know, you can't get a clean IB play. It'll grind at levels you choose a little bit before, you know, making a clean move. Yeah, so pretty much that's what we're doing here. We're just adapting to what market is cleaner to trade. And right now, NQ is actually cleaner to trade. Let's see if we can go to NQ. Let's make it big. And let's throw on... Oh, IB's already on there. So just like here, yesterday was gross. Oh, hell yeah. I forget. You have the same birthday as me. Tomorrow's our birthday, big dog. Heck yes, dude. Probably not. I have to work tomorrow and Friday. But I do plan on going home to my parents' house this weekend. I'm going to go get a kitchen table and stuff. It's just a small world, right, man? It's wild. But here's yesterday with NQ. And I mean, it respected IB pretty good. We had this one wick buy, and then it was like a really weird range. Like this is after the first 2 hours, I quit trading because it was just getting weird, right? I got my long here. I got a short up here. When we failed to like go any higher, I tried a short and got one, which was aight. But then I was gone. This was over my lunch hour. And then the war news happened, right? The Poland-Russia missile thing came out. And then we just dumped pretty violently. We ended up coming back to IBL/VWAP. And I opened charts up again. And I got this short right here. I got short right here for like 15 points. And called it a day. And I mean, I got, I don't know, a little over 50 points in Q yesterday. So like that's a great day, right? It was just on one account. I wasn't doing the copy trader. I was just doing it on the one account because I don't trust it with NQ because it's so volatile. But yeah, I was able to get a couple pretty good trades in, just being patient and waiting for some like really clean level opportunities. And watching ES's, so what I would do is I would watch ES's delta and see like where the buyers and sellers were, and then trade NQ off of that. And that's pretty much all I did. 1K a day keeps a lot of things away. Like that's a fantastic salary. That's over 200K a year, you know. But then looking at the overnight, looks like we just kind of ranged below initial balance. We had a full initial balance low test. That was when I was asleep. And now we're just kind of ranging at VWAP at the POC. Not a spot you want to take a trade. So yeah, that's the overnight. Let's look at ES here. ES, same. But yeah, ES looked about the same yesterday, honestly. It was just really grindy, really gross. Let's see. ES wasn't as respectful to IB yesterday as NQ was. So there'll be setups though. There'll be times when I'm back on ES though. I'm not stressing. Then looks like overnight highs, unfinished auction. We got a double top there at 40.15 as well. What about the low? We had finished auction at the low. Overnight low, also unfinished auction. So a lot of indecision on the overnight. So definitely a morning where you got no bias. We're sitting right at 4K too, right? Right at this massive monthly volume area. See, we're really putting in a range here. Really putting in a range. We're getting close to our trend line as well. Got a nice wick to the upside though. Be interesting to see if wicks get ran. Haven't flipped POC up high yet though. POC still down here at 870 on the monthly. Let's go 4 hour. We gotta refresh. Probably should have hit refresh and not reload history. That was dumb. But yeah, see, it's just a really gross. We're in a gross ascending range. As you can kind of tell by the trend here, it's an uptrend, but it's a really choppy one, right? And when it's like that, when it's choppy and gross like that, I like to trade in Q. Just because there's a little bit more opportunities, and the opportunities are a little cleaner. So that's been the vibe. You know, PPI gave us a little bit of a rip, but even before then, like look before then, look at it, look at this, look at this. Just take a look. Just look at it. Like what kind of this is no trend. There's no trend here. It's just a gross choppy range, right? I mean, it's kind of an uptrend, but at the same time, it's not, right? This is the worst uptrend of all time. This looks like IWM. That's how gross it is. Looks like the Russell. Just not moving anywhere. It's so sideways. That's like the heart. Like that's why I say like you're not missing much by being busy with university right now. Like do your doctor stuff because the market's just trash right now. I mean, there's ways to make money. Like there's setups, but it's not the easiest trading right now. Like it's not a nice clear trend market. It's been really choppy, kind of just waiting on news releases to pump us somewhere. But even when they pump us somewhere, then we just end up ranging for a little while longer. Yeah. I say this is school of hard knocks right here. If you can be profitable in this type of market, you're going to be profitable in any market. By the way, are there any Black Friday promotions yet? None that I've seen. I haven't seen. I have we have a group chat where we all keep eyes out for them, and there's no Black Friday sale yet outside of Order Flow Labs, but like I said, no need to. That's just an early Black Friday sale, and that's just for software. That's not for like any prop firms. For sure, I'm really waiting on the Bolinox one. If Bolinox comes out with another good sale, I'll definitely drop you one. The last one they had was pretty epic. Well, the nice thing about Bolinox too is they'll match any discount, right? If anyone does a sale, they're gonna match it. They put like 5% on it, but like still, it's nice. I like them. But the last Bolinox sale they had, I got a 50K account. I got a couple, right? Because the deal was so good. You can get a couple 50K accounts, and the monthly fee, like your monthly subscription, was only like $24. Like I got the 50K for $24, and then the monthly subscription is only $24. So if I don't get, I got a couple of these accounts that I'm working on, and it's like if I don't get all of them passed by the month, which I mean I should, but if I don't, then it's only $25 for the subscription. Unlike, like Top Step charges like $150, right? So I can trade for multiple months at a time and not even spend. I can trade for 4 months. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it like this, $24 is like a meal, eating out once, you know. Go to Texas Roadhouse, get a steak, potatoes, that's $24. So that a month, that's less than $1 a day. And I'm about that. So I can trade, you could trade that thing. If you wanted to really take the 50K account slow and stay super under leveraged, you could trade for 4 months and not even spend half as much as the 50K account for Top Step. You know? Ugh. Cat slept on my face last night. I left the door open, so I can't breathe. Yeah, definitely just ranging out here for now. Let's see if my 4-hour chart loaded. There it is. There she blows. This is monthly volume profile again. Is it? No. Right profile. Current month, yeah. Why is it different than this one? This is also current month. Maybe this one needs refreshed. Refresh. Flip back here. Okay, so POC did flip up high. If that's correct. If that's correct and POC did flip up high, then it's got a pretty good ledge to it too. I mean, if we're playing this range, right, like 40-20 area, you know, 40-15 to 40-20 area, that's short territory for now. I would really like a test of 920, 39.20. You'll be back to trading in a month? Hell yeah. I mean, like I say, you got plenty of time. Oh, shoot, the chat is working on this one. Okay. I'm gonna hide that for now. There we go. Glad to see now it's finally working. I haven't had chat working in like 3 days. And now it's just randomly working. So that's hilarious. Oh, my coffee got really cold really fast. I mean, it's still hot. It's just, it cooled down a lot. I was expecting it to burn my tongue. But looking at volume profile here, volume moved up to the top. If this is correct, I'm waiting on my daily chart to finish so I can confirm. But yeah, you can see there's a pretty well-defined range we've had here between like 40-10, right? 40-10 and 39.60, right? You can see the ledges here, and this is kind of the range that we've been playing. Good morning, Mr. Keith. How are you this morning? How's your week been? Have you been trading? Have you been making money? It's been a wild one, right? And then like with the Russian news and everything. Good morning, Mr. Decoy. God, whole fam's up in here. It's like a family reunion. But this range is just so well defined. This is what I've been playing on ES. But then I've also been playing it on NQ as well, right? I don't chart NQ long term. I just watch ES long term. Because NQ's intraday stuff is really good. If you keep NQ on your intraday, you don't get like weird biases and stuff. Like just play the IB and play the VWAP plays, and you can usually be just fine. That's good to hear, Mr. Keith. I'm glad to hear that it's going good. And then Mr. Decoy says, luckily it seems that Russia was not at fault, so back to forever range. They're not at fault, but they're still at fault, right? They're not at fault because they didn't actually send the missile, but yet they're still at fault because they're at war with Ukraine, and Ukraine sent a defense missile, right, that missed.
This is where
We'll see you, Mr. Viper. Thank you for stopping by. We always appreciate you. Have fun at school today. Go do some education. Good morning, Mr. John. John N. Good morning. We're just sitting here discussing this whole Russia situation. Yeah, it's weird. It's just the whole escalation of everything is pretty weird. You know. Yeah, no, Poland's not gonna invoke Article 5 to have us go into Ukraine. That's, yeah, like, that takes out the possibility of us invoking Article 5. You are right. Because Russia did not directly attack Poland. But then you have, like, just, like, my whole, like, my stance on the whole thing is just, like, just stop. Just Russia and like everyone, like whole world, like US too, like just stop trying to delete people. Just don't do that. Just chill. Let's all just like vibe to some Katy Perry, smoke some weed, and everyone like chill out. And stop spending billions of dollars on war. I don't know. I just want everyone to be friends. And I want this market to be bullish. That's the main thing. I want the market to be bullish. I so heavily miss the times when I could take a trade and just let it run for like a week. You know? Like pre-COVID was nice because the volatility was so low. And then even like post-COVID sell-off, I just didn't really trade the sell-off at all. That shit was insane, right? That stuff was dumping way more than anything I had ever comprehended. So I was just like, let's vibe here for a minute because this is gnarly. Plus, I had other work stuff I was doing too, so it was easy to just like watch everything crash. But then we go back when we start uptrending again. It's like, all right, now I can like start trading again. And you can just catch along after like the 30-minute rotation or the hour rotation. Initial balance. You can catch along and just like let it run for days at a time. It was great. I miss those times so much. Those days paid the bills. Also, I wish I could have traded with more leverage at those times too, right? I was only slinging like 1 or 2 MNQ at the time because my account was so small. That's before I even knew what prop firms were, right? I didn't know what a prop firm was until... Oh... That's how I saw Trades by Matt. And I think that was mid 2020, right? Somewhere in there. You know, I was just trading like a $2,000 to $3,000 account with 1 or 2 MNQ. But then I learned what prop firm was, got funded on big boy money. And been vibing ever since. So let's look at let's go to the 15-minute chart here. Open her up. Matt is your example of how not to trade. Everyone has their own strat, you know. I don't agree with his style, but I'm also not checking his wallet either. You know, I know he's doing well. That's for sure. But yeah. Yeah, you gotta have some defined risk management to be consistent. And I think you see it on his streams. He does trade off stream, and I'm assuming he does real well. But Matt's always been chill, you know, he's fam, so I try not to. I don't know, like I said, I don't agree with the way he trades, but I'm not checking his pockets at the end of the day. He's not out there, I will give him this, he's not one of those YouTubers that are out there scamming people. So I got no quarrels. My real quarrels are with the guys that are like selling courses and stuff. That are they're selling a course of like just free stuff that you find on the internet, and it's not even like good information. That stuff really makes me mad, like warrior trading, stuff like that. Those guys make me angry. Ugh. But I mean, I can see how you feel that way too, though, you know, right? Like, I can't blame you for the way you think. So yeah, it looks like POC, let's flip to the daily here too. Okay, so on the daily, POC did flip up high. We flipped POC right to 4K. So that's going to be zone of interest, right? On the monthly volume profile, is that our short signal? Is that our short signal? I don't know. I mean, I do. We have this defined range, right? 3960 to about 4010. POC's flipped to 4K. That's... And just looking at the ledge, right? Like seeing how there's just zero interest above 40K. We've made a lot of attempts at it. Yesterday was weird though because of the war news. But that's definitely something to watch out for. You know, I'm going to keep 4020, 4015 to 4020 as my short zone as far as this range goes. But now that POC's moved up here, maybe looking for more of a swing short. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Mr. John, and there's a lot of things that would push bearish, you know. I think it's going to depend a little bit on the news a little bit. Give us that little extra push. Let's go here to market news. This is news by Decoy. Mr. Decoy sends me this every day. I think it's from Market Watch. But he sends it so we don't have to. And yeah, we have in 20 minutes retail sales excluding vehicles, import price index, industrial production. Oh, that's not till right before open. But yeah, all these times are EST. So 9:30 on this would be market open. A few talks today, but mostly retail sales through import price index. That might give us a little bit of a bump. I don't think that's going to be a serious bump though. Let's pull up the juice, see what the juice has got today. Yeah. Well, retail sales give us a bump. Industrial production, that's 15 minutes before open. That'll give us a bump. Yeah, so a little bit of news this morning. So we'll see if that kind of gives us a pump or a dump in either direction. But any break below 3960, right? That's maybe we finally rotate back over. Yeah, jobs tomorrow. Sales today. You're the one that sends in the news, Decoy. You should know this. I'm disappointed. But I still love you. But yeah, that's a beautiful top looking wick too. Like that's tough to ignore. Just like this bottom wick down here was tough to ignore. The only problem with this bottom wick right here is it was followed by like a disgusting like reversal 3 days in a row. Like that. This range here was so disgusting. I was so mad throughout this whole range. You guys have no idea how many times I longed the bottom and it came back to break even. I was just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Because like all the volume we put down here, we talked about it on stream too. We talked about how this was the bottom. How this whole thing, I'm pointing at the screen with my hand like you guys can see it. No, but this whole area right here, like we talked about it this whole time. The volume that was put in, this wick, like we talked our way through this entire bottom here. And we're like, hey, this is a swing long opportunity. We're putting in a bottom just based on like all the volume that we saw. Like it's time to find a long, and like we tried to long it so many times, but we just could not catch the swing long. Yeah, it was such a hard long to catch. And I ended up not getting it, right? I mean, I made money in this range, but not the play I wanted, right? I wanted the long to the top of the trend line. I wanted to catch the long and then swing that thing. And I just like couldn't do it. I couldn't catch it because it kept coming back. Right? This big red candle here, this was the one that got me the worst. Right? We got along. And then it came back. I was like, oh, you mother effer. But oh well. Yeah, market bottomed on very bad news, as usual. Yeah, I mean, honestly, news is, like, in this type of market right now, like, you can just look how untrendy the market has been, right? Look how gross this is. There's zero trend here. I mean, there's a trend. It's an uptrend, but it's the most disgusting reversal uptrend the whole time. The only time we get these moves up are on big news releases, and the news doesn't even have to be good. That's why I hate news releases now. Pre-COVID, news releases, like, if it was good news, you just ripped on it. It was obvious. If it was bad news, you dumped on it. But now it's like the news wasn't good enough or the news wasn't bad enough, so because the news wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be, we're going to rip, you know, it's just stuff like that. And it's just, I just play the post move now. It's like you can't play the news or what you expect, because what you expect, it could be great news and you're going to dump. So the way I usually play news is I'll wait for the initial news to come out, and I'll wait for that initial wick to happen. Whatever direction that initial like move is, I'll wait for the pullback, then play that continuation. Like, let's say PPI comes out and initially flashes up and then comes right back to break even, then I get long and catch the rest of the move up. Is the strategy, at least when I'm being dumb and playing news. My best advice would just be not to play news at all, but it's a lot of opportunity if you play it right. Like the one time we made $4,000 on stream in like 5 seconds. I think that was CPI that we were playing that day. I went short with like a 10-point stop on one ES. Decoy says he saw a video where someone was asked if he had to go from 1K to 1 million a year, what would he do? Well, it depends. How beautiful is he? Because if you're really beautiful, you can just start an OnlyFans. I'm too ugly. None of you want to pay to see me. I gotta put this thing on for free. He said day trade, start small, trade news, wait for news to cook, and then buy sell against initial move for 50%. Tracement, interest. And see, that's a strategy as well, you know, playing like, so as we see with FOMC and like even the PPI yesterday, right? Let's go to yesterday's 15-minute chart. If you wanted to play the fade the news, if you wanted to be a fade the news player, that's also a way to do it too. Like what we've seen with FOMC, And what we've seen with, PPI like several times, especially in the current market conditions, almost all news events retrace completely. However, I'm assuming that guy wasn't trading pre-COVID, right? That's only a post-COVID thing, because pre-COVID, if you wanted to fade the news, that mother effer could go for years before coming back. And it might not ever come back, right? That's why I'm always a little hesitant to like fade news, because I've even seen it with like FOMC. Like, even though we've been in a bear market, right? So everything always comes back, because we're in a bear market, no matter what, it's gonna retrace. But these news moves, they can go for a couple days. It's not easy. Fading a news move is, if you have defined risk, it's fine. But I've also seen it put us into an uptrend or into a downtrend, right? It just depends on how you go, right? If you're fading good news in a bear market, then you're more profitable. Whereas if you're fading bad news in a bear market, like let's say the market flushes off of bad news, but we're in a bear market, that's when it could go for days, right? And you'll never see it again. We've seen that several times. So it kind of depends on the market that you're trading, I guess, if we think about it that way. And that would also make sense for pre-COVID as well. If it was bad news and you faded the bad news, it would eventually come back up. So just play the reversal of the market that you're trading. Then that way, I mean, you could see it being profitable, just thinking out loud here, talking myself through it. A revelation, a light bulb, some might say. Yeah, what Mr. Decoy said. Even yesterday was a good example. News started at 4008. Here's the news release right here. Ran to 4055. Right up here. And if you got in around 4050, short half the move, and it's like 27 points. But here's the problem. The only problem with that is, like, how do you know that's the top? That's how do you know it's the top of the news? That's the hardest part. Which, I mean, if you're good at it, you're good at it, right? It's just hard to know when the news move is over. Because for me, like, I was watching that news move yesterday, and I was waiting for 4080. 4080 is my yum zone. 4080's been a point of reversal and breakout a few times, and on the volume profile, it's been there as well, right? And then that's where I started drawing. But that goes into it too. Yesterday, you're fading good news in a bear market, so you have a better chance of it coming back. I'd rather just play the initial, like, for me, I just like playing the initial news move, the faster one. But I have a separate account for that too, right? Like, Bullinox allows you to have, before I was doing with Apex, I'm slowly converting my Apex over to Bullinox because I like their firm a lot better. And you can have a lot of multiple accounts. You don't trade the monthly sub. Or you don't have to pay the monthly sub, which is great. And then I have one account that's specifically just for trading news events, and I'll wait for, like I said, that initial like wick, and then I'll go long or short with like a 10-point stop with just no take profit and see where it goes. And overall, that account is profitable. Like I said, we got that CPI move. And then I think we got one other PPI move. And then we've had like 2 stops with it too. We've had two situations where it didn't work out. But then we've had 2 situations where it did work out. So 50%, but 50% win rate. But when your stop is only $500, $250, $500. Yeah. one was 250, one was $500. And then the other, yeah, the first one was the first stop I took was $250. I had a 5-point stop. That was a little too tight. So I tried a 10-point stop. That one was like a $500 loss. But then the winners, like I said, they're a couple thousand. So one winner pays for quite a few losers. And at what risk, right? The funded account only cost me $24. That's 2 ticks ES. Yeah, 2 ticks ES. But I also only do like really big news releases too, like the CPI, PPI, FOMC, like those really big ones that are gonna be like actual legit moves, where it's gonna run for a while if you get it right. But like I said, that's kind of more YOLO trading. I wouldn't recommend that if you're trying to be consistent. Like it's full on degen YOLO trading. It's really what it is. If we're being honest with ourselves. But am I embarrassed of it? No. No. I'm proud of it. I embrace the inner degen. So yeah, 40-20 is going to be the pivot for today. Let's go ahead and write that up on our, well, we got to wait on news to come out first, because that's going to change the whole plan if it does anything crazy. So we can't write up our daily plan yet. We'll wait till after the 30 mark. So in 8 minutes, we'll write up our plan. So like I said, if news busts us above this 40-20 level and gets us to 40-80, that changes the plan. Or if it dumps us below that 30-60 level, that changes the plan. Current plan is 40-20 is our pivot level, right? That's our short level. 40-15 to 40, where's the top of this ledge? Basically 40-10 to 40-20. It's kind of a short zone, playing the top of this range. And the thing I'm going to be watching for is trying to possibly swing a short. You know, if I can get a bag early, I might take stabs with some setting break evens quick and seeing if I can maybe swing a short. Probably take it on MNQ and take it with like 5 to 7 contracts maybe, and see if I can catch a top and then take off. You know, what I'll do is I'll take the core off at the bottom of the range or close to the bottom of the range, you know, get my 15, 20 points or whatever, take the core off, and then maybe leave like 2 or 3 runners and see if I can't swing a short, take a runner off at 920, and then hold that last runner for 38.20. If it's a true top, right? If it's a true top, we get a true sell-off. Attaboy, Mr. John. Yeah, that's kind of what I did yesterday as well, right? I got the bag early and then started just playing with some like setting break evens, and that's nice. When you get a bag early, you can start taking like some longer trades like that. But it's important to make sure you get your bag. That's the thing, you know, that I had to learn, is like get the bag first and then worry about those bigger trades, like that big picture trade. Once I learned that, you know, I became a lot more successful at, you know, trying to swing trades. Having multiple accounts helps too. Like I said, you can have up to like 11 accounts with Bolinox at a time, which is nice. You can even have one trade where you do your scalping and then, or one account where you do your scalping and one trade or account where you're doing your swing trading. The only problem with that swing trading account is like, if you take a couple L's trying to catch a swing, like it's like, oh no, this account is red. So it's still important to get that bag. So yeah, that 40-20 level is definitely looking like, and it's breaking above 40-20. You know, if we get a clean break above 40-20, get above 40, you know, if we start looking like we're gonna run this wick, I won't be shorting. Any shorts that I do take, you know, I'm gonna be watching footprint. I'll be watching delta. I'm not just gonna short it blindly. I'll be looking for like a reason to short, right? Like if I see some big sellers coming in, or you know, just buyers dying out, some absorption maybe, I'll stab my short. But I'll need a reason to, or if I can get a nice P profile on the day, right? If the morning sets us up with a real nice P profile, that'll give us more, like a P profile on top of this already POC at the top. That would be delicious. Yep, core retail in 4 minutes. Counting down. Got like got a double bottom on the 5-minute chart here at 993, so I expect that to break. Overnight low is at 39.80. Overnight low is an unfinished auction. Overnight high is an unfinished auction with also a double top at 40.15. Is that a triple top actually? That is, that's a triple top actually. I mean, granted that there's a higher high right here. It's unfinished though, and then we have this triple top, so that's some good indication that probably wick above that. Oops, that is too much zoom. Way too much zoom. So yeah, a lot of indecision on the overnight. It's not a clean overnight session. That's for sharks, but also probably with the Russian news makes it not clear as well. But I will take a indecisive, choppy overnight session over one of those overnight sessions where like you're in an uptrend and you're like, oh yeah, we're in an uptrend. Tomorrow I'm gonna catch some longs, and then like the overnight rips like 400 points. And it's just like I can't long anymore. We ripped past all my levels. That would always make me so mad. When the overnight would like just bust past all your levels that you were planning on longing. So then the next day you got all these shorts coming in. It's just like, fam. But yeah, we got news in 2 minutes. 1.5 minutes. We can watch this countdown timer right here. This will be our countdown to news. See what we get. I'm not going to trade the news. I'm just going to watch. Is that I don't got any real strong bias on this news here. But I'll definitely watch. See if we get anything delicious. I want to put the 15-minute chart up here. Watch the 15-minute chart. Yeah. There we go. That way we can watch our levels a little better. And switch to the 1-minute chart here on NQ. Yeah, volume is super low. Almost under 1,000 on the 5-minute, which is just like invisible volume almost. I don't my rule is don't trade anything under 2,000 volume. That's my personal rule, because that is just too choppy. And we dumped. It must have dumped pretty bad. My dad froze. There it is. Yeah. All right. Well, bad news. So is it time for doom? There's the overnight low. Let's put in style overlay view. There we go. There it is. Like seeing the yesterday's close, the high and the low. So sales must not have been great. Let's pull up the juice. U.S. retail sales, actual 1.3, forecast 1%, previous 0%. So, beat it by 0.3. Yeah, so, same thing, decoy. I think it's a rhythmic thing. Because when I have it up on my amp, I don't have problems with like news and stuff. But like I said, I won't ever trade my amp on stream because I don't want you guys to hack that. That's my livelihood. I accidentally show my rhythmic stuff on stream all the time. I've had to delete like 4 streams because I accidentally showed all my rhythmic information. Oh, you're in rhythmic and the 30-minute chart moved all right? Maybe that's what I need to do. Like I said, my amp I've never had problems. It's just with rhythmic. But like I said, I'm scared to show my amp on stream. But that's okay. I can show you guys all my funded accounts because I only keep like maximum like $5,000 in my funded accounts. So if you guys like steal that, it's like, oh no, you stole it from me. Like, I don't know. It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to hack a funded account. It's hard to hack a personal account as well, but it's just scary because I keep like a lot more money in my personal account, and if that got hacked and if I lost that, like I would be effed. Goose gives permission to steal accounts. You heard it here first. I'm just saying if my funded accounts got hacked, it's not the end of the world for me. If my personal account gets hacked, then this might be the end of the world. Yeah, scam candle. Full reversal. Now you short it, right? Short it. Just kidding. Don't short it. Don't dox myself. Ah, you guys can come to my house. You'll see what happens. But yeah, that's why we just show the funded accounts on stream. If funded accounts get shown, like I said, it's happened like 4 times. I had to delete all those streams. But it's okay. So yeah. So it looks like our plan actually stays intact. So let's make our 15-minute chart big. Our plan stays intact. We didn't break anything on that move. So yeah, continuing to stay in the range. Let's go ahead and let's write our plan for today. Not that. Now let me sign in real quick to the tube. Great post. Also, we're up to 49 subs, so thank you everyone who has subscribed and liked the content. Maybe I'll put out another video this week. I've been so busy. Like last week I was out of town like most of the week. This week I'm in town, so maybe I'll put out a video tonight. I need to put out more content. I have some shorts ready to go, but I want to have more tutorial videos. So if I put out a short and people come to the channel, they see the channel, and they're like, oh wow, there's actually stuff here, you know? So I need to do that. I've just been slacking. I've been lacking. I need to not do that. I have ideas for stuff. I want to do a prop firm video, so I'll probably do that next. Like my top 3 favorite prop firms, why, what ones to avoid, prices, stuff like that. So maybe I'll do that. Let's go ahead and write our plan for today. So 11, oops. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. 11-15-22. Oh no, wrong button again. Plan for today. Plan for today. hashtag ES, hashtag buy, hashtag in queue. All right, so stuck in a range. Range. Gross. Pivot. Pivot is going to be 40-10 to 40-20. That's also the top of range. Also top of range. Oh no. I'm so bad at typing on this keyboard. So I have a gaming keyboard, right? Which is really nice. So I can hit all the buttons really easy, right? I can hit all my buttons. Look how cool this thing looks. It's got colors and stuff. So much swag. But it's really nice because I hit all the buttons when I'm gaming. But also when it's typing, all the buttons are too close. So I always miss. Pivot, upper target. If we break above this pivot, if we break above this pivot, my upper target is 40-80. And then lower target is 39-20. Need to break bottom of range at 39.60. So that is the lower target. Either way, are you going to work? Have fun. I love you. Have a good day. Oh, a wireless keyboard for the normal stuffs. That's not a bad idea, having a second keyboard for like actual typing and stuff. That's not a bad idea. Because like I say, at my office, like my other keyboard's like a lot wider, so that also hurts me because I do a lot of typing on my other one. This one I just play games and talk to all of you guys. So, okay, so I will be watching Footprint. Yeah. This is probably painful to watch. I'll be watching Footprint and Delta to make decisions. Initial balance will be very important today as well. That's going to be initial balance will probably be my main source of trading today. So that first hour of data. So yeah, initial balance will be my main decider on trades that I take today. It is almost every day, so that's what I'll be watching. So that's pretty much the plan for today. Let's have an epic. What is today? Wednesday. Wednesday. However, they decided to spell Wednesday is a sin. It's just like the hardest day to spell. That's why I call it Wednesday. And so I don't get sued. Financial advice. Because, you know, people sue people and stuff. So let's go ahead and take a screener shot of the levels and the stuffs. Oh, I hate this song so much. We're going to skip it. There we go. Sorry. And let's take a little screen boy here. Save as 11-6-22. Wait, is today the 16th? Today is the 16th. My bad. My bad. Oops. So today is the 16th. Did I not post a... Oops. Well, I didn't want to do that. That's one problem, is if you accidentally click the wrong button. So we gotta Control C this. I don't want an option. Oh, there we go. I'm always afraid of like deleting it. 1116-22. Edit preview. Move that over. Save preview. There we go. Yeah, so that's our... Ooh, I didn't have it so where you guys could see it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, yeah. Plan for today. We'll move it over here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. We're in this range, right? We're stuck in this range between 40.20 and 39.60, right? Disgusting range. We're right in the middle of it right now, so even more gross. 40.10 to 40.20 is going to be the pivot. That's the top of the range. We're going to be looking there for shorts. If we break above that, I'll be looking for 40.80 as our upper target. If we break below the 39.60, right? Especially with like initial balance, right? If we break below initial balance and then we get the retest of initial balance holds, and we start that sell off, I will be looking for 39.20 to be the lower target. That will be where I'll be targeting, or we'll be looking for. Or if I swing a short from 40.20, 39.20 will be the main target that I will be targeting as well. I'll be watching footprint, delta, all that stuff at these zones to make the decision on if I take the trade or not. You know, if sellers look good or buyers look good. If I decide to take some longs, I'll be looking for that. And then, yeah, initial balance will be the main decider of like how we react at that initial balance will decide kind of like what the day is going to have for us. If we're going to be in continuing this disgusting range, or if we break out of initial balance and if we can maybe trend somewhere. The problem lately has been if we do break out of initial balance, the retest of initial balance has usually failed and we've been back in the range. Like we haven't had a clean trend in kind of a while, unless it's been some wild news event that's just pushing us or dumping us really hard. So that's been the issue lately. I'm also going to say monthly POC flipped up to 4,000. Oops. For short swings. Yeah, the monthly POC flipping up, that gives me a little bit more bias to short swings as well. So, yeah, that's the plan for today. We'll go ahead and post that. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it. I'm going to go get my breakfast. I'm going to go get ready for the day. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah. I hope all of you have a fantastic day. Be patient, be safe, be smart. And I hope to see you guys all tomorrow. Come tell me how your day went. We'll go over how today goes. We'll look forward to tomorrow. And yeah, we'll just discuss it all. So have a fantastic day, everyone. And eat banana bread. Make money. We'll see you guys tomorrow.